Hey guys, I'm Nina.
And I'm Randa.
And today we're doing a Q&A.
Q and Slay. We asked you guys to ask us questions on our Instagram. So this is what you asked us. If you're not following us on Instagram, it's at Nina Nelson, at Randa Nelson. And we also have a joint called at Nina and Randa. We're going to link that in the description. Make sure to follow us so you also don't miss a video. Please follow us. No, I'm kidding.
Follow me, because I got a message.
If you know what that is, you are a true subscriber.
Or you just follow Vegan Drama.
Speaking of which, are we going to answer any vegan drama today?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Of course we are. That's what you guys want to see. Have you ever lost your period? I see many vegan YouTubers talking about losing their period is the cause of vegan diet. So
no, I've never lost my period.
We wanted to address this in a video because I've seen a few people who've come out as no longer vegan as something that happened to them is not having a period, especially people who have been raw. Maybe this is a little TMI.
Whatever.
I don't know. If you guys want to know. I didn't get my period until I was almost 17. So I was 16 the month before I turned 17. And ever since then, it was always every month. It was super regular. One time when I was 18, I was super stressed out and I wasn't eating enough. And so I did lose my period for like 3 months. And I did lose some weight because I was stressed out. But as soon as I put back on the weight that I lost, my period came back. And ever since then, it's been normal.
I've always had a normal period. No issues here.
Yeah.
Even when I got really stressed out from a breakup and was like very tiny, I was fine.
Different people have different set points in terms of what's natural for their weight. So if you go below your specific set point, if you're not eating enough, yeah, you could lose your period. And I think that is a side effect that some of these people were experiencing.
It's nature's way of being like, whoa, scarcity environment.
Yeah.
In the scarcity in the environment.
Yeah.
Let's not make babies right now. No period.
It's a response saying something is not right. I mean, if you're not getting your period regularly, then something is not right. And some people say, oh, do I need to be eating fats to get a normal period? And we still eat fats in our diet, guys. I feel like there's this misconception that we eat a no-fat diet. We eat a low-fat diet. There's still a natural amount of fat in everything we eat. But I still have a completely regular period and very little cramps, might I say.
Can we talk about something else now?
How long have you eaten the clear skin diet?
We have eaten this way for almost 5 years, right before we turned 21.
The relevance to that, to all of this vegan drama, is I've noticed that several different people who are no longer vegan have tried every variation of veganism, and
you've stuck with it.
If you guys have been following us for the 4 or 5 years we've been on YouTube, it's literally been the same.
Yeah.
We've never had to be like, oh, now we're going to do a fast. Oh.
Well, if you find something that you like, you don't need to change it.
And if you find something that works, it makes you feel good. Sustainability is what we're saying.
So what we're saying, book linked in the description. You won't regret it.
Seriously. What's your ideal first date?
Oh, first date. Okay, ideal first date would be like run together.
There's so many different variations of the first date because if you're meeting from a dating app, which let's be real, it's 2019, we're all on the dating apps. Okay?
I'm not right now.
Okay, well, whatever. On a first date, I would just go for tea or coffee. But if it's somebody I've met and we're kind of friends, and I'm like, ooh, like I could tell that I feel that I like them.
Maybe we'd go to Whole Foods, get some rosé.
Soulmate.
I'm kidding.
If you know that reference,
please let us know in the comments.
Please let us know in the comments.
Codico.
Rosé. My first date would probably be going to the pool and having a little fruit platter with me.
Oh, nice.
If I like them.
And he can eat it off of you?
No.
That's like for the 10th date. At least.
What's your weekly running mileage now and in the past?
For a while, we were doing 20 miles a week at least. One week I did 40 miles.
This moment in time, I really don't keep track of my mileage. In the past, we did around 20 miles a week. That's just what we were accustomed to. And then that's not even including like walking and hiking as well. Yeah. That was just straight running. But now I feel like probably around 10 miles a week.
For sure. It just depends on the week.
Because sometimes we'll just randomly be like, okay, let's do a 8-7 mile run. We'll probably do runs like twice a week, I would say.
If you're trying to get fit, run 20 miles a week.
Okay, but you gotta work up to that.
We'll work up to it.
Would you ever consider slowly introducing healthy fats into your diet? Honestly, it's not something that I think about. I'm not one day thinking like, oh, like I'm gonna add in fats back into my diet.
I think people might think it because maybe they feel like, oh, they're missing out, but like I don't even think of it as missing out, so I literally never think about it.
It's kind of like when you get used to eating something, you're not thinking like, oh, I want that as well. I'm just so in the groove. I love my food. I'm so used to it that I don't think, oh, I really miss avocado.
I mean, maybe I'll have some avocado when I'm pregnant.
I know. I always thought if I was going to have some fats, it'd probably be when I was pregnant because...
But just to clarify, that doesn't mean we think you need like avocados when you're pregnant. That's just like kind of like a running joke that we have, you know?
Yeah.
I'll still eat this way even when I'm pregnant.
Yeah, I plan to eat this way for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
How do you detox your body naturally? Now, somebody asked this question and I wanted to put it in there because I don't think you need to detox your body.
That's how you can get off the vegan bandwagon.
Right, going on the detox.
Of detox.
Because I feel like there's this whole mindset of, oh, summer body, I'm going to do this cleanse to reset my body. It's like, no, if you're already eating healthy, you don't need to do the detox. You don't need to do the fast. You don't need to do the whatever fad diet.
Or you don't need to be like, oh, I ate like shit today, I'll just eat better for like the next week. It's like, no, if you eat
good
today, all the time, you never have to think like that.
If you think about it, I feel like our whole diet could be viewed as a detox.
Yeah, it's literally...
but it's not a detox. It's a lifestyle. It's the way. That sounds so weird.
It's the only way.
It's my way, okay? Is too much fruit in a day bad for you? I'm trying to eat clean.
I think if you were only eating fruit, like too much of anything, even if it is healthy, is bad.
I mean, what if you only ate broccoli?
That would be bad. You would have bad stomach aches and stuff. So yeah, if you're only eating fruit, you're only eating bananas, I would say that's probably not healthy.
How many pieces of fruit do you think we eat in a day? Probably like 2 to 4.
I don't count.
I don't count either. I use fruit as my dessert snack. I don't use it as the base of a meal personally.
Yeah, it's not as filling as something like rice for me personally.
Advice on how to transition into a new stage of life smoothly. I'm about to graduate from university.
I would say don't think about it or worry about it too much, because I feel like if you build it up in your head, it's a lot worse in your head than it will be in real life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But I want to say, like, even like this guy that we know, he's a dad. A lot of men and women are afraid, like, oh my god, kids, that sounds so scary. But then once you get there, it's like so normal, it's so fun. At least that's what he said. And so it's like, if we think, oh my god, well, I'm gonna be doing this, I don't know what it's gonna be like. But that a lot of the times the pressure and the worry that we make ourselves is worse than the transition.
And that kind of goes along with anxiety. When you're imagining this future, if you're already in this anxious state, your imagined future is going to be anxious. So it's kind of like whatever you're imagining is going to be much worse than the actual, hopefully, case scenario. I would say don't spend so much time thinking about it. Just kind of let it come. Because things are going to change in life. You know, no matter what you do, whatever being in school, your career, whatever, things can always change. And you kind of just got to go with the flow.
Yeah.
What's your relationship status?
I feel like a lot of people ask that. Single.
Thank you, next. Have you and Mina ever fought over the same guy?
For sure. 100%.
But it's been years.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. We are way too smart for that now. It used to happen because we'd both be hanging out with a guy and we're both like, oh, he's cool.
And then he kind of liked Randa. And then he kind of liked Mina.
And then we're both kind of, like, we both kind of like him. So it kind of makes sense that he'd like both of us because we're still different. And we're all hanging out. So
we don't
that kind of got complicated. Now that just never happens. It's like, I'm going to go hang out with a guy. I can bring you, but this is mine. This is not going to happen. And also the guys don't really pull that now these days. Not yet. Well, no, it's never going to happen again, ever. Do you guys drink coffee?
No.
Actually, no. Maybe once or twice a year out of fun.
Sleep in.
Pure fun. As a twin, do you ever feel like you're treated as the same person? Do you ever want to be different?
That's an interesting question. I think a lot of people would think that maybe we were treated as the same person, but no.
I feel like I remember a stage in my life being at 14, and I didn't like the comparison. It wasn't I always loved being a twin. I just didn't like that people compared us.
Yeah. I still think we don't like it when people compare us, but now if people do, we're just like, that's whatever, you know? People include both of us. We have the same friends. They wouldn't be like, hey, I only want to hang out with Randa.
And I don't feel like the same person at all. Some people are like, oh, I wish I had a twin, or oh, I could never have a twin. I don't want another me. It's like,
not like that.
It's not another you. Obviously, we're different people. What are your thoughts on all of these vegan YouTubers quitting veganism? We did make a video kind of covering some of this topic, so we're going to link that in the description, but I guess right now we'll add on to that. My thoughts are that it's unfortunate they felt in their mind it wasn't working for them, and I think it's unfortunate that they lied about it.
Yeah.
But I also think that people should do what they want. I think that it's important that everybody strives to eat a plant-centered diet. I don't think it's good to judge people or be like, you need to be 100% vegan.
Or like me.
I think somebody making an effort to be more plant-based is a win in my book. But what I'm not cool with is people false advertising, kind of. I will say at least people have apologized and come clean, I guess.
Yeah, I guess everybody makes mistakes. Yeah. The funny thing about the truth is a lot of the time, the truth will be revealed. So be honest. And also just be honest, because would you want someone else to lie to you?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to lie to another person because I wouldn't want someone to lie to me.
Are we quitting veganism? No. Do you ever think you'll live in a house/apartment without Randa? Or are you both gonna live together until marriage? It's funny, the main people who ask us these questions are
Guys.
Dudes that we're on dates with.
The first or second hangout, I'm like, bro, I just met you. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, where are you gonna be living in 5 years?
Yeah,
like,
they don't know. Who knows? Maybe. Yeah. If you wanted to move in with a guy.
I mean, we're definitely gonna move out at some point.
Yeah.
Soon, and they're revealed, and like live together or live with a roommate. That's definitely in the near future.
But when we're like 30, 35, who knows?
I mean, I think I'll be living with my husband, and
Yeah.
he'll be in the house next door.
Probably.
When I'm married,
I'll buy a guest house for you.
I'll buy the guest house for you.
Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, no, when I'm married, it'll be me and my hubby. But, geez, I gotta meet the guy first.
Yeah.
It's a very long time away.
Or not. You never know. It could be in like 2 years.
Or not. If it's you, follow me on Instagram.
But don't send a creepy DM. I get a lot of those sometimes.
Me too. Mindset/spiritual journey. What mindset have you adopted that has changed your life and how it has benefited you?
Okay, few different mindsets, but I'll talk about one mainly. From The Surrender Experiment, which is a book I highly recommend by Michael Allen Singer. One of the things he says in the book is he doesn't overthink things before he goes. He's a teacher. Before the lectures, he like wouldn't think about it at all, wouldn't overthink it, and it would just kind of flow out. So that's how I try to film videos. I don't want to overthink it because otherwise it's not fun anymore, and you get stuck in your head, and then it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's just.
because when you're worrying about something so much beforehand, you're just kind of in this like, oh no, it could go wrong, because you're kind of in this anxious thought, and then when you actually go to do it, you produce something that's worrisome. Whereas if you're just free.
But you could do that with anything in life. It's like before you go to give a speech, before you go on a date, before anything, don't overthink it.
But I think with a speech, you have to prep a bit and then do your best, forget the rest. I did recently read The Secret, which is the law of attraction, and or you can watch the documentary. It's literally the same thing on Netflix. And I've always kind of your perception is your reality, basically, is what the motto is. And I definitely think there is a lot of truth in that. As you guys know, I was kind of going through a bit of a rough patch, you know, with a breakup, honestly. And maybe some other things going on in my life, and that kind of did help me a little bit of just like, if I choose to be happy, like more happy things will come.
Yeah, and it's true.
And I feel like it's a way, the law of attraction is a way to live in the moment, because
or philosophy.
Yeah, it's a philosophy, and we can be so focused on the future and trying to think of what's gonna happen, or we could just let it happen. You know,
and that's kind of the same thing with The Surrender Experiment.
Yeah.
The idea of the book is he was just like, I'm gonna let nature, I'm gonna let the universe, life decide for me. If an opportunity is presented, I'm gonna do it because life knows best. And when you think about it, life knows how to make bananas and trees, and
it knows how to grow
knows
a
how
tree.
to grow things. So it probably knows how to grow us too. So I try to, when I'm like, oh, I want a certain thing, it's like, okay, let life do it, and then it's an easier way to let go.
Another book I've been reading recently is called How to Make the Beast Beautiful. And the reason I got this book, I actually talked about this on the ASMR channel, but I'll talk about it quickly.
We'll link that in the description.
We'll link that in the description. But basically, Nina and I and our brother were on this hike. This backstory is important. I'll get there. But we were on this hike, and we literally got lost. So I turned around. I could not find the hiking trail. I was kind of having like a bit of a panic, because I just look back when we're like a few miles into this hiking trail, and there's just vast trees. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty freaked out. You know, we ended up getting lost for like 2 hours, I want to say, and we had no cell phone service. And I was like in a full-on panic, honestly. I was trying to be cool, but it made me realize, oh my gosh, my mind is so anxious. Like, my mind naturally goes to the worst.
A lot of people do that.
I really thought we are going to spend the night in this forest. We don't have any water or food. But I was trying to remain calm, but I was super anxious. And then it clicked. I was like, I think I have anxiety, like more than I should. You know, anxiety is a natural thing, but I have it more than I should. So I read this book called Make the Beast Beautiful, and a main takeaway I got from it is that a fine line between being anxious and being excited. And when you're feeling anxious, you can use it as excitement to kind of flip it and make it feel good. And also, I feel like I would kind of ignore the anxiety. I'd be like, no, I'm fine. I'm feeling fine. Or if I was feeling sad, I'd be like, oh no, everything's fine. Whereas if I just acknowledge the feeling, I actually say, yeah, I'm really sad right now. Yeah, I'm feeling anxious. It dissipates so much quicker instead of just trying to act like it's not there.
Like a man?
I don't know.
I'm calling you guys out. You guys do that.
I hope that makes sense.
And then you're dealing with it 6 months later.
Maybe.
If you don't acknowledge it at some point, you'll just acknowledge it the next day.
Yeah.
Or the next month.
I heard this analogy in a children's book where this little boy, there's a dragon under his bed.
Okay.
And he goes, Mommy, there's a dragon under my bed. Okay. And she goes, No, there's not. There's no such thing as dragons.
Oh.
And so every day, he says, Mommy, there's a dragon under my bed. And they're like, No, that's silly. And so it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it's literally taking up the whole entire house.
Oh, wow.
And then finally, when the parents are like, okay, yeah, I see this dragon, it actually shrinks back down.
Oh.
Because acknowledging it makes it go away. My ex told me this story.
I don't know about that story. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments.
Okay, guys.
Acknowledge the mother dragon.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up.
I like that this was kind of like podcast style.
And make sure to check out our other videos.
Link down below.
Subscribe to
what
our
should
channel.
we make next? Please help us out.
And subscribe and hit the post notifications.
Because we have some news coming soon and you're not going to want to miss it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.